Hey guys, BNSF Rail Fans here, and we're going to be giving you a little layout overview as promised before, because we're finally here at the layout, and I can kind of give you guys an idea of what's coming up along with the plan here that we drew up, to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be working on this year through the summer and everything else. So, I have Rail Fan 220 here with me again, so we can kind of talk to you guys about the scenery and just other stuff as we go. Can put his own input in and stuff as we go. So yeah, on the plan here we have, if you can see, I'm gonna flip this around. The yard end. So this is where we are right here. This is the 12-foot section of the table. So there's two 4x8s going down that way, and then one this way. And then this is kind of the BNSF facility section of the layout, this whole table over here. And so basically I will give you a little look. So there are 4 tracks here that are for car storage, along with one track that runs through, that loops through and connects like the yard lead track. I have the BNSF stack train in it right now, so you can see that. So that's over here. That's going to be 4 track. We might expand that, right, Cameron, if we can fit another track in there.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice just to have a little more room for cars, or possibly like another, I don't know, fit another facility, maybe. I don't know if we need to talk about that, but possibly intermodal train or something like that, just a little small one.
Oh, yeah, and also, I think one of the things we could talk about for expanding the yard is putting a curved switch in on the yard lead, and then just adding another track off of that, and maybe another yard ladder, if that will fit. I kind of have to, we have to figure out, like, size-wise and, like, size restriction, but we'll talk about that. So right now we have a 4-track yard in here. I'm going to give Railfan a better view of it. So, okay, so should I move all the way around to give him this look? I'll go around here. Okay, so in the middle here we have the kind of BNSF now truck parking lot / employee offices and facilities. So we have this Pike Stuff fire station. We're not going to use it as a fire station. It's going to be a garage, but Pike Stuff garage here. And then all my Mal trucks. I might do a separate video of all these, but these are all BNSF. We have a few trucks, a few custom built ones, all in here, and we have that River Point Station Expedition that I showed you before. So that's the parking lot area, and that's going to be, is that gray ballast camera? I mean, Railfan?
The parking lot?
Yeah.
No, I think we decided on, it's actually going to be buff ballast.
Oh, yeah, yes. It's going to be the buff, because that looks more official, yeah.
It's like tan and deserty, so it kind of gives it like a dirt parking lot look, but it's kind of like nicely kept dirt, if you know what I mean. Like if you look at yard pictures, you kind of know it's like nicely kept, but it's kind of a dusty, dirty look to it.
And it's more like gritty, kind of, too.
Yeah.
It's like that gritty dirt, kind of. Okay, so I'm going to move over to this part. On here, I'm going to give him a look. Okay, so this is the engine facility we have on the plan. That's right here. You can see the spur coming off. So that is, it's 3 tracks right now. It was originally 2, but I added this part in, this last track on the outside, where that Dash 8 is parked. So that is, 3 tracks. It's ample space. It's about enough room for 10 locomotives at the most. It has, is this a Bachmann kit for the engine facility? Yeah, like that, the service thing?
Yeah, it actually was, and it's really nice, too. It has pretty good detail. It has the lights, and then also has the fuel rack, as long as the MU cable, the little racks there.
Yeah, and I think we were originally just planning to kind of freelance it and do all concrete, but it actually looks really good, and that adds a lot to it. Oh, and these light posts are going to be replaced with LEDs this summer. Hopefully, we're going to order some of those And then we're gonna wire up the whole layout with lights everywhere, so that'll look cool. We have all the engines in here. You guys can check out my locomotive overview I filmed earlier today with descriptions of all these. They all have sound, but they're all muted right now. And then we're gonna have the pipe stuff, 2-door engine house, which is gonna go right here in the back. And then also we're gonna order that Overland brass 10-ton sanding tower, hopefully.
Yeah, if it works out. Because on the third track, that'll add a lot of interest, I guess. Instead of just being an extra track to store engines, which it'll still be, it can also serve to sand engines, and it'll look cool because it sits on the outside of the track, and then there's a hose that goes across the track to the inside, and there are like 2 hoses hanging down. That's cool.
And it's really detailed too, and I think the hoses are actual rubber. And you know, Overland is like the kings of quality and getting stuff prototypically accurate. So that'd be cool if we can get that for a good price. So that is the BNSF side of the layout. And we might end up fencing this in, maybe, if we can find a ton of fence, I guess. But that's that side of the table. And then we're going to have the parking lot is going to be in the middle there. So all the way up, that's all going to be parking for BNSF employees and stuff like that. And then as you can see that, what?
I was just saying, you can see the road coming from that, where it might be kind of a dusty dirt road.
Yeah, and then I have this kind of rubber stuff down here to kind of give you an idea of where the road's going to be, finally. And then moving into the middle, rail fan, we have this ADM grain elevator. That's a Walrus kit. And then we have, in the middle here, there's going to be some elevation, possibly a hill or something, right by the yard lead-in track. Just to give it, yeah, just to give it some kind of more, chopped up look, not just all flat. And we're going to use the method described in Railfan's video, I believe his how-to scenery video, that rolling hill design, so you guys can check that out on his channel. And then on the plan you can see the yard has a road that leads out until there's another parking area which serves this ADM grain elevator right here. And also it's going to serve this Pike Stuff distribution kit, which is going to be beer distribution, if I'm not mistaken. We can kind of name that whatever later on. But moving down the table, we have a bunch of empty space that we filled up later on. And then we have, Railfan, can you see that? Okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so we have on this side of the table, leading down from the engine facility, we have the main line coming down across the corner piece, and then straight down until the switch that leads into 2. One goes to the grain elevator, and then one splits off, and that's going to go to that distribution center I was talking about earlier. And then, if you guys can see on the plan, I'll show you that parking area for both of these comes out onto a main road, which is going to be busy main road that is very, very residential kind of. We're going to have super protected grade crossings from NJ International, right here. What?
I think that's the company we chose.
Yeah, so we're going to have NJ International, hopefully, super protected, so overhead and gates and everything. We're going to animate all those and get the, just the animation kit for those, so that would be good. Coming over to this side, the other side of the table, we have the propane facility, which was a Walrus kit 2, I believe, Cornerstone. There's no track going to it because I stole the switch, but that will be fed later on. And I have some propane cars over here that are for that facility. And then I think coming down here we have the residential area that's not even done yet at all. But on the plan, coming off the main road, if you guys can see that, the main road's kind of going to cut right across and parallel that split track that comes off. And then coming off of that, there's going to be the residential area, including a modern gas station or subway, and also a laser art structures majestic theater kit, which is all wood. And that's very detailed, and that's going to go in here. So this is going to be the residential area on this side. We haven't really decided completely what's going to be over here yet, but we know it's going to be more residential with more, more people, things, I guess, more restaurants and buildings and stuff like that. So that's basically it. With the layout, I'll give you a kind of this overview of the control system as well. Rail fan, is there anything you wanted to add about scenery or anything of that nature?
No, not really. I mean, as he mentioned, the kind of town area is going to be fairly modern. So he said there's going to be a road that crosses across, so diagonal and kind of parallels that track to the distribution center. Goes across there, and that will actually join up with the road from the BNSF, the yard parking lot. There's going to be a dirt road that comes from that. It's going to join up with the main road, and then cut across the table. And then the actual modern buildings and residential-ish area will be on that far end, kind of between the propane area and that curve on the end. So I don't know. I'm sure you covered that. I just want to clarify it there. That's just how it'll kind of look, and it'll make more sense as it starts to take shape.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be working on that. This is kind of the last part of the layout we're going to be working on. We're going to be focusing mainly on finishing up the scenery for the engine facility and stuff like that in the near future. But yeah, you guys will see more of that as we and that's up for discussion. We might be changing that up a little bit too. But that's just the basic plan of the layout. So it's 12 feet by 16, as we said before. So that's basically that, and then I'm going to show you the control system we have, which is the Digitrax Super Empire Builder with the DB150 control center. Did you say something? Yeah, the Super Empire Builder Extra.
Get that right.
Yeah, which is the newer system with more upgrades and stuff. I don't know. So currently we have we ran track bus all the way underneath. You ran pretty heavy gauge. We soldered track feeder wires every 3 or 5 feet. We have one here. And they're dispersed all the way through the layout. I mean, we tried to keep it pretty stealthy. You can't really see most of them, but they are there to provide better electrical connection. And then we're running Digitrax. We have 3 UP5s right now. We have one on the yard side, one on the engine facility side, and then one on the far side of the table over there, along with a UR90 infrared receiver right in the corner. So that will give us slightly wireless operation on the inside of the table, so that's cool. And then I have the standard DT402 throttle for programming, and then we have the UT4 utility throttle for switching and basic running trains. So we have the ES44 here, all fired. So that is the overview of the layout.